All right, I'm sure we are going. So just want to do a quick update on FAZ and FAS. If I can get this up here. All right, here we go. So I did get out of FAS and into FAZ a little early. At about 5 and change is when I got into FAZ. So I was able to capitalize on today's jump. Um, But what I'm excited about is that we are finally getting some sort of separation, right? Some semblance of something that we can actually look at because it's kind of just been at a inflection point for a while. I said that in a previous video. Right now we're looking at FAS currently at 67. So as you can see, we have a nice separation here. And this is what's been going on for the last 3 months. This thing has been going over and under this line. Let's pull out just a little bit. Hopefully you still be able to see. So you can see just kind of the history of where we are. So again, we're at 67, which is, 66, 67, 68. And this line that we hit at 79, remember 80 is an absolute sale. Okay, 80 is an absolute sale. And last night I was looking, we're at 24, can be wrong. It's the 25th, right? Yeah. So last night I was looking at this thing, and it wasn't quite um, wasn't 79 last night, but it was getting there. It was in the 70s for sure, and so I knew that we were close to the top, but I wasn't sure if it was gonna stay at the top because that can happen. That does happen. So we have 79 there. Looking back over the last 3 months, um, we can see that it's been there. There we go. Um, Never really got over that hump, kind of hit it and came back down. And so what we're looking for now is what's called a retracement, which is this pattern over the last 3 months is going to repeat, or it's going to do something similar, right? And so what we've seen after hitting the top, we see gradual decline, right? And we have a line there and a line there. And so, yeah, line there. Okay. And so what we're looking for is if this is going to bounce off of the previous line, or are we going to see this dramatic decrease down into the 30s and 20s. We haven't seen that in quite some time, so I don't expect to get there. If we do, no problem, great. But 57 is about where the previous line has been over the last couple months. So we're expecting for it to fall there at least at some point. Let's take a look now at FAZ. And just so you know, like I said, I did get into FAZ a little early. So what I'm doing today is basically just buying more shares of FAZ. Remember, I only invest 25% of my total capital. So, with 75% remaining, throwing in another 25% was a easy decision to make, especially looking at the chart here. All right, so let's take a look at this one. Now, FAZ, remember, is a leveraged bear ETF, which means that over the life of this security, it's going to decrease in value. That's just the way it works, right? So we saw that kind of long, drawn out line from top to bottom for FAS. FAZ is the inverse, but we definitely do not want to stay in FAZ for that long, okay? So here's the previous line, at least most recently. Let's go back a little bit, see if that line holds. And yeah, it's been above that line really. So we're looking at really something like that. And so we have been below that. Let's see if I can get that line back up. There we go. Yeah, so we've been about there. And so what's going to happen here is, again, another inflection point. I hate to say it with FAC, but we're either going to continue through this and go back to our resistance there at 37. And of course, this being the last high 56, which again, I seriously doubt we'll get to. Let's take a look at the chart and see kind of what that looks like. So you see this huge drop here, and then a huge jump up to 7 and change, and then of course precipitous decline after that. So those big jumps do happen. They can happen, but I don't expect them to happen, right? I expect the trend to continue. That has continued over the last 3 months. So again, we're in FAZ now. This is a recent line. This is a more historical line, 2030. So I'm expecting to either again get back to something like 37, 38, something like that. Let's take a look back again. Yeah, same line. So right at about 36. Is what we're expecting us to get back to. So I'm going to hang on for a little bit. Definitely don't want to stay in FAZ too long, but the game plan is to make a profit and then get back in FAS. And of course, going to be looking very closely at exactly where that entry point will be in FAS. I'm going to go back real quick and take another look. All right, there we go. Got to remember to stop scrolling. Okay. So we have a line roughly there at 55, 58. And so, yeah, so 55, 58. My concern here, though, is because we have this recent drop all the way to 38, I'm going to be careful about getting in at 57 because 57 to 38 is a long drop. And uh-oh, come on, gotta stop scrolling. We're looking at, as far as price action goes, if we look at the price, we see the last high was 73 roughly. Just go out a little further. And we see this dramatic decrease. That's the COVID drop there, right? And then again, because this is a leveraged bull ETF, it's going to, over time, increase in value. Just the nature of this thing. But as you can see, you will have some steep drop-offs, of course. And so the game plan is to get in when it's down and get out when it's high. And so 57, does it go back to 57? I seriously doubt it. We're more likely to see this thing go back to maybe 73, maybe. That's a huge maybe. But again, I'll definitely be looking at getting in either at the 57, 40 range. And if I miss my opportunity, so be it. I'll wait for another trend to develop and get in then.